Welcome to the new sound of online radio. Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network.
'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven.
A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at ubnradio.com.
Broadcasting live from the UBN studios in Hollywood, California. Well, actually calling into Hollywood from his own little corner of Northeast Ohio. It's the Left of Str8 Show with your host, Scott Fullerton. Join us for fun talk and celebrity interviews, exploring the worlds of entertainment, foodies, and books. He's not off his rocker, just a little left of straight. Now, here's your host, Scott Fullerton.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next Left of Str8 show. The crowd is still going wild. Thank you for that, Jarvis. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Always excited to come to UBN on Monday afternoons. It is the Left of Str8 show. I am your host, Scott Fullerton, and it is a Monday, February 22nd. How was your weekend, Jarvis?
The weekend was awesome. You know, we were at the UBN Radio was at the Conscious Life Expo this weekend, and so we taped live at a suite from the expo, and we had a great time. Had a lot of great hosts, a lot of great guests, great food, good energy. It was just a wonderful time.
That is fantastic. Tony does such a great job of getting out to those events. He was live at a couple of the debates, and he does things like this, and he's such a good station manager. I'm proud to be on the UBN network.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I had a busy weekend this weekend. Saturday, oh my goodness, I started at 9 in the morning. I didn't finish till 11:30 at night. It was crazy.
Wow.
I had things going all day long. Saturday morning, I took my little mommy out to breakfast. I was being the good son. And then I had to get my hair cut. And then our good friend of the show, Paul in Mass, was on our other good friend Garrett Miller's Rated LGBT Radio on a special edition Saturday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Paul and Garrett did a fun show. It was so much fun. And they're going to do that every couple of weeks whenever they can get around to it. I think the next one is going to be on Saturday, March 5th. But that was fun to listen to. And then I headed on over to a meeting. I'm going to start doing some events out here in Northeast Ohio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of fun. Use the Left of Str8 radio brand and kind of try to sponsor some events with some of the local groups that we have here. We have one of the LGBT nonprofits that we're going to put together a event on June 25th and 26th. And I can't say too much about it because we're still in the planning stages, but that is the 1-year anniversary of the Supreme Court ruling on marriage equality. So that on the actual 26th. So on Saturday the 25th, we're going to throw a little party Saturday night. And on Sunday, we're going to have a little shindig to help raise some money for this nonprofit and hopefully have a good old time here in Northeast Ohio.
Oh, nice.
So that was a fun planning meeting Saturday for everyone. So that was good. And then I got to go on to another good friend of the show's, Rob Watson, who does Out in Santa Cruz, up in your state over there, actually up in right past Salinas up there a little before San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And he does a AM radio show called Out in Santa Cruz every Saturday night. And a bunch of us online internet radio personnel and one from the college station up in his area did a little round table about the state of internet radio. We had a really good time, so that was really cool. So it was a good, busy Saturday, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you sound like you were really busy, but it did sound like it was a lot of fun.
It was fantastic. Hey, we got a great guest today. He'll be coming on in just a little bit. Levi Kreis is just the most phenomenal person I've met. I honestly have really came across him about 5 years ago when he won a Tony Award, because I'm a big fan of the Tonys, and has followed career ever since. And just so excited to get him on. He's been taking kind of a year off to do a lot of different creative projects he has going on, and just to write some songs for a brand new album he has. And I'm so honored to have him come on our show today. So he'll be on in just a couple of minutes here. Until then, let's go over a little bit of the LGBT news I saw that I thought was a little interesting in and out. Did we talk about Ryan Reynolds and that Deadpool movie? Did you happen to go see that?
No, I didn't. I
don't know if we talked about it or not last week, but it's Ryan Reynolds is I love him as an actor. He was great. I mean, obviously he's a great, good-looking guy. That always helps. But for me, he was in a great television series. It was a fun television series called Two Guys in a Pizza Shop. Is where I first saw him forever ago. He went on to do Green Lantern, which the movie really sucked, but he was really good in it. And,
Why didn't anybody like that movie? I really like that movie. You're the second person that told me that.
As far as the comic book movies goes, it was
okay.
It was not one of the better comic book movies.
Okay.
I thought he was fantastic, and a lot of parts of it was a lot of fun. But as far as the overall movie itself, compared to most DC/Marvel movies, I didn't think it was quite up there. But
okay.
He did a good job in it.
Okay.
But anyway, he's doing a new Marvel character now called Deadpool. And this guy is just, it's a rated R movie. So a little different than other comic book movies that you've get into before. And he plays this kind of really devil-may-care kind of action guy. He ends up being kind of an anti-hero. He has a guy meets girl kind of thing, guy loses girl type of a story to it. But he gets disfigured in this accident, and he gets these superpowers from it. And the movie went huge. Last weekend it debuted to 135 million, the biggest February movie opening ever.
Wow.
And past weekend, just ended yesterday, did another 55 million on top of it. So it was hugely popular. But the character itself, Deadpool, is actually kind of pansexual, which was really interesting.
Wait, what does that mean?
Pansexual is more open, very, very fluid as far as both sexes, both genders, everything like that. And so they had an interview with him. He said, would you be willing to explore more of that? And what if he found a boyfriend? And Ryan Reynolds was all for it. So it's like, go Ryan Reynolds.
All right,
yay.
all right.
And it made a lot of movies. So he's probably going to have another movie. Who knows where they're going to go with that. Wow. So that could be really interesting.
Yeah.
But lots of fun for there. So that was kind of cool. Another interesting thing, we had, of course, the election results, right? Election results this past weekend. And like I said, I've been trying to stay away from politics, but as we get into election year, I just can't keep off that third rail. Oh, you got those pictures up, and I didn't even give that to you. You are good. You are the man, Jarvis.
Thank you.
You are Jarvis from Iron Man. You are a superhero in training. Right there shows it all, showing those pictures. You are my new best friend.
Cool.
I love being in the chat room, being on the radio at the same time. It's
cool, right?
But yeah, we had the Republicans in South Carolina where Trump won big over Marco Rubio and to Ted Cruz, who are both horrible candidates. I mean, I don't want any Republican to win just because they will set us back a long way. But if anyone, I hope it's Trump over those two, because they are actively running against the LGBT community. At least Trump seems like he's not a friend, but he's not actively running against it yet.
Right.
Oh, wait. Paul and Mass is giving us stuff in the chat room, too, that it's going to break the Passion of the Christ. We were talking about Deadpool. It's supposed to break some records. We'll have to talk about that in a bit. Anyway, the election, so we had Donald Trump win in South Carolina by a pretty good majority, 33% over the next highest person was 22%, Marco Rubio, who has set his own, he's created his own panel against LGBT people. That's how far against he is. Jeez. 2 Sundays ago, he brought a bunch of religious and political leaders together to create a panel on how to overturn the marriage equality ruling and the Prop 8 ruling back that was before that. So definitely don't want those two guys in there. And then Hillary went on to a must-win over in Nevada over Bernie Sanders. Didn't win by a lot. I think it was like 53 to 47, but it was something where if she didn't win, it was going to kind of probably be the end of her. I don't really care who wins as far as in Democrats, as long as we keep a Democrat in there so I don't lose my rights. But I'm really torn on Bernie and Hillary. Can I hit the third rail with you, Jarvis? Are you a voting man?
I am.
And what party are you with?
I typically vote Democrat.
And of the two, who would you probably be your first choice?
Probably Hillary. I don't know.
A lot of people are going for Sanders. I've had a couple of people almost convince me to go to Sanders, but I just don't think he has the experience Hillary has. As much negatives as Hillary has,
Right.
I think